bit of pep in your voice.
Ooh.
And we gotta direct our vocal energy at the glowing red light.
Projection.
Yeah. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mother-in-Law Suite podcast. This week, we finally got a guest with us. It's been I don't know how long since we've had a guest, but we got our main man, maxing me out. What was it? It was Silverfish 90. I don't remember. What was it? What was your RuneScape?
RuneScape?
Yeah.
RuneScape was a lot.
It was your RuneScape account name.
No, that's what maxing me out was.
Was it? There
Yeah.
was a different one. There was
The
the early
one
yeah, the
was
first
like
one.
Ice Cool 76.
Yeah, Ice Cool 76. I remember. Well, that's the reference to the other episode. We had an episode where you were on. You said Ice Cool 76 on that one.
Dude, I miss RuneScape. I miss RuneScape a lot.
I haven't played that game in a very long time.
Early confessions here on the podcast.
Early confessions?
Oh, well, my name is Josh, if anyone hasn't.
Yeah.
By the way, we just got on.
This is
with it.
episode 29. We got Josh back again, everybody. I mean, you guys
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Everybody, I'm sure you're a fan favorite. I'm sure. I have no idea. Maybe the fans hate you. You know what's crazy?
The fans could loathe me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, no. I mean, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any complaints, and I've gotten some pretty good views on at least the episodes where you're on. So hey, there we go.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, there's a. You know what's crazy? I was looking at at my Spotify, or not my Spotify, my RSS feed the other day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's like my podcast hosting website and such. And I was looking at some of the what do you call it? Areas where what are you laughing at? Some of the areas where people listen to this podcast. Did you choke on your coffee or your tea? Well,
Yeah, oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, you're good. I started joking for a second. I started laughing at the same time for whatever reason. Yeah, that.
dang. Well,
Sorry,
that's a segue because my fans in Brussels, for some reason, my fans in Brussels are probably going to be pissed that you're choking on tea. Drink your tea,
so
bro.
sorry.
Drink your tea. Yeah, I don't know. We just got a interesting fan base. There's like a little red hot spot where people listen to me, and I don't know. It's weird, interesting, but
It's cool though. You're
yeah,
connecting with people that
around the world,
like you wouldn't normally connect with.
Hopefully, it's a person and not just some server host. It's more realistically, there's probably a server data host or a bot mining my shit over there.
You know, but you gotta hold out that hope. I'm sure somebody's.
If you're from Brussels and you listen to this, hit me up. Go to the Mother-in-Law Suite. I think it's @Mother-in. It's not IN. It's just in Law Suite on Twitter. So, yeah, maybe tweet at me. Yeah, tweet at me or check _average_meme_ on Instagram. I don't know. Check the link tree in my in the Spotify description. All right, So Josh, tell me what's been going on. Tell me what's been school like. You're a what's your major again? What's your
I'm going for mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
Yeah, and this semester I have I have a calculus course and a chemistry course.
Ooh.
But that's like it until I can finally start up at like university. That's like the last bit of things that I can physically take at a state college level. So
I mean, are you excited to be finished with school? Are you
Yeah.
getting close? How close are you?
Well, it's like close, and then I look at all that's really left, and it's not even it's not even close. But it's close to getting to the point to where I can just fully involve myself in.
So are you going to graduate school? Like are you getting you're getting your bachelor's, or are you getting your master's, or or do you know?
Like end goal?
Yeah.
End goal, I would love to have my master's, but I don't know if that. I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah, exactly.
That, so. But I would really like that, but you know, if it isn't in the cards, then it isn't. If I find that I want to do something else after getting my bachelor's, then that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
You know, after that point, at that point, like, if I want to come back to it, I can.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
I was thinking the other day. I was like, I don't know. People keep asking me like what I'm going for, and whenever I say journalism, they're like, "Why?" I don't know. Everybody. I feel like everybody's asking that for everybody, like mechanical engineering or anything. How often do you get asked why you chose that, or do you?
They do every once in a while, but I don't really meet a whole bunch of like new people, so it doesn't usually come up in conversation.
True.
Usually the new people that I meet are in class or just customers or whatnot. That I like meet on jobs or whatnot. And it never goes really that far.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I was thinking the other day. I had a thought. I was like, what if I get my journalism degree, right? I get a bachelor's or some shit, right? And then we just go back to school and get another, like get something else. I mean, if I have other credits, if I have like the general ed credits and I have my generalized AA, I might just need to take one or two more credits, and then I'll get a different. Like so like would that be like a master's in communications at that point? Because would that be covering different fields of journalism itself? Would journalism be like a subcat of a master's or something? I don't know. I need to look into that, I guess. But
I think I don't know how the technically like minors work as far as like for your degree. But I definitely know what you're talking about, because there's a similar scenario I think with mechanical engineering and aerospace engineering. I can't remember if those are the two. I was told this a while ago, but where there's only a difference between only a few classes between the beginning and the end, and it's only really at the end where it really gets like to. Well,
so if let's say the difference is only like the matter of 6 classes, and it's like this or that, like between these two pathways, right? I mean, if you're already there, why don't you take both sets of both classes, and then you can go to both pathways, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, doing them at the same time.
That probably is hard.
That would be a difficult one, but doing them on their own, like, I wouldn't see why not. You wouldn't be able to just like start where your set of classes that you've already taken has left off, just to continue on that bit. I don't know if that gets you the full master, or if that counts as a minor. That's something that honestly, this far into the process, I should probably know if that's a thing.
We stay guessing out here, bro.
We stay guessing.
I don't know, man.
Jeez.
So yeah, the other day I got a letter in the mail, and I was just sitting there, and like it was from my college, and I've been having to jump through hoops to get my like financial aid back, and I think you had some issues with it too or something.
Oh yeah, I'm still.
I don't know. It's just issues. Florida is, I don't know. They don't want to give us nothing.
They don't give us nothing.
Florida don't care about the youth. They care about the old people. Old people come here because they can keep their money in their pockets, and that's all it's good for. If you're under the age of 25 or 26, you don't belong in Florida. It's not built for you. No, I don't know. I just know a bunch of people around here that just aren't getting financial aid, and there was this one that got denied because like I don't know, because their mom makes too much money, but their mother doesn't claim them on taxes or anything. Like,
Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
and they're 24 years old. They're not even like living in the same household as their parent or anything.
I think what's weird with that is it goes off of like such a prior because it'll go in and take the details from your parents like
Yeah.
I don't know like a W-2
Yeah.
or something like some older tax information, but it'll reach like 1 or 2 years back, which is really weird. Like the going through, I applied like a year ago or something, and it told me that I was a dependent.
Yeah.
I was living on my own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was living
like,
on my own and everything, and I had nothing to depend on. I was paying all my bills and I was doing all that, but it was because I was going off of an older tax like document that really ended up screwing me.
Yeah, that's happened to me a few times, and that's like why like I get this letter in the mail and I look at it and I'm just assuming the worst. I'm assuming it has to deal with my shitty financial aid situation that's going on right now. But guess what? Guess what? The letter was informating. It was a congratulatory letter informing me that I made the dean's list last semester. Yeah, yeah, that shit was wild. I was like, I started laughing. Because I was like, dang man, I really like. I went through all that stuff to get my financial aid, and they're really just not gonna give it to me, huh? That's what I thought when I saw the letter. And then I open it, and it's like, congrats! You made the dean's list! And I'm like, dude, whoa. I'm like, whoa, cool. God, thank God I have my financial aid. That was like my first thought. I was like, thank God they didn't take it away from me. That was crazy.
Dude, that's awesome though.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. But
well, congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But did you get the financial aid though?
Yes, I still have it.
Sweet, nice.
I do have it. They gave it to me. That's why I thought it was weird that I was getting a letter in the mail. I was like, we've already went through all this. I'm like, why am I getting a letter?
Oh yeah, that's like the whole fiasco where I got like accepted.
Yeah.
And then denied like
a
few weeks later.
That's what I thought happened. I thought it just I don't know. I was
they, just slap you.
Yeah,
right
sometimes.
You get
yeah,
high,
I know.
Just like nah.
Yeah, for real. So I don't know. I tried to figure. I got that. I don't know. I took a picture and sent it all to my family and stuff. They were happy. It was fun. It was a cool little fragment of news, I guess.
Dude, it's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's something that like that's honestly something that I've always been like striving kind of well, sometimes haven't been trying. I'm just trying to survive, but
you know what's crazy is I didn't like I don't know. Online classes are a different are you taking online courses right now, or have you taken online courses?
I have before. I took I took a few math courses online because I had to, and a chemistry course online.
And how did that
because
go?
I had to. Horrible. I ended up failing one of the math classes because of it, and the second one I ended up passing, but it was really bad. It was like shit. By the skin of my teeth.
Yeah, I don't know about doing math online, but like doing a sociology course online, I'm just like reading. Like
yeah, I feel like some classes make sense to be online.
Yeah. Some
just work better in the physical space.
Yeah, exactly.
But in things like that, you know, where you're reading and it's mostly like listening and then, you know, reading what you've got in front of you and going over what, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know the full ins and outs of what your course load is.
Yeah.
But I mean, how is it?
I mean, it's fun. I mean, this semester just started out. Last semester, we'll talk about last semester a little bit. I didn't get into it too much because, or I just didn't do too many podcasts last semester. I don't know. I was overwhelmed. I was stressing. That was my first time. That was my first semester back in college since 2018. 2019. That was, yeah, it's been a while. So, I don't know. It was okay. There was a lot of times where I would like get low key depressed because I was like, I mean, it's online classes, so I spend a lot of time at home. But I'm trying to, like, this semester, I'm going to force myself to get out a little bit more, go to like cafes and study maybe or something, or just sit outside and study with my Mac. I don't know, instead of like sitting inside of my room. But it can get at you sometimes. Last semester, there was like a lot of topics that we had to read about that were just like heavy and weighing, and then it just beat into you, it like over and over, and it was just like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, it like weighed on your.
Yeah,
your
so yeah, and right now we're in sociology. We're talking about like how like this guy he went undercover as a homeless guy to like, or not necessarily undercover, he just went homeless for a little bit to like document homelessness in the society and people that are homeless and the communities that they establish and everything, right? So he wanted to see, so he went homeless for a few months or something to write this report and record and journalize this thing. He was a journalist, and like, I don't know, he's just talking about like, he's like, yeah, you know, there's misconceptions everywhere, because he's like, while we were there, like, or while I was looking around, I find this doorway, right, and there's a lady laying on the floor in the doorway, and I walk past her, and she screams and gets up and starts flailing her hands. So like, I assume I scared her and I walk away, but in reality, he says what happened was I got too close to somebody who was sleeping, and that was like her bedroom, and she was flailing her arms around, warning me, threatening me to get away. Like later on, after like spending time with the homeless, like he realized that's actually what she was doing or something. And he that was like going on different things and stuff like that, but it's a lot of profound information. So like, a lot of my days are like spent with like, you know, like those eureka moments you have, and you get this like rush of like euphoria almost, like sometimes like eureka, like holy shit, I just figured that out, like wow man, or you like, I don't know, you ingested some information for the first time and you like actually accurately demonstrated it for the first time. You get like, yes, you know, like I get those daily because I'm reading such profound pieces of like literature sometimes, and it's like I get exhausted reading sometimes because I'm just like, oh, there's too much. Like, I don't know. I read this quote the other day that was like, it was talking about symbolism, and it was talking about, it's a philosophy stating that without symbols, humanity wouldn't be anything. Like, we symbols are everything for humanity, right? And I'll give you the exact scenario out of the book. It's like, now let's exercise this and let's put this into perspective as to what, like, how symbols truly interact with every single thing we have, and how a simple symbol change can impact our entire opinion on a subject or even a person, right? So it says, like, let's say you're getting married, right, tomorrow, right, and your mother comes to you the night of your wedding, so tonight, right, your wedding night, or the night before your wedding day, right, and she comes to you in tears, she's sobbing because she finds out that the person you're about to wed tomorrow is a child that your mother put up for adoption years prior, so they're actually your sister. You see how just a simple change, a label from sister to girlfriend or wife can change an entire one's potential feelings or even call off that wedding. So I don't know. It was going into a bunch of different things. It's like we stop on red because it means stop, and it's because we labeled it as stop. If we didn't have that label or anything and there was a red light, we just go through it, and that's the concept of humanity and whatever, you know. But like, I don't know, it was just weird, and like I'm reading that, and then it's like, sure, but then you have to like, you start thinking about it, and then you start like weighing out other options, and you try to make sense to it, and then you just realize you're like thinking yourself into the spiral all day long. It's crazy. I don't know, bro.
No, I feel you. Yeah, no, it's weird. I feel like a lot of things. What am I trying to get at? That put me like my mind on the topic of like advertisements and stuff,
Yeah.
and how how companies will just try their hardest to just grab your eye time, your viewing, like your time of day, to put their product or whatnot, and how like much they dive into like symbolism and like what goes on with their advertisements and whatnot.
Yeah.
Man, I've already started again. I've been meaning to. I'd like go through and delete all of my social medias and just stick with like maybe one for communication.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't put any effort into finding like a good just like communication app that's, you know, not horrible.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't stand how they're all starting to get to the point to where like you can't just, you know, fine tune it and get just what you want to look at and just what you want on them anymore. And they've gone to the point to where they'll like inject like this page, that page, or this ad, and all like.
Yeah, it's getting social media are just the marketplace for like, I don't know, social interest and media in general. Like, technology is weird because the internet, there's not really too many laws regarding capitalism on the internet, and like how like, I mean, there is to an obvious extent, you know, but
Yeah.
The internet's been around for 30 years, but the American economy's been around for 230, you know, like it's
Yeah.
Either way, the way I look at it is like, at least with social media now, you got like kind of other you get them kind of stealing ideas from one another and stuff like that. So like Instagram's becoming more like Facebook, or Snapchat's becoming more like Messenger from Facebook, and you know, TikTok's becoming more like Instagram stories, vice versa, you know, so on and so forth. I find like social media apps, I tend to like use different ones for like different people's. I'll use Facebook for like really, really close family members and things like that. If I like have like a drastic life update, I would probably post it maybe on Facebook to let some further family members away know, or something like that I might not.
That's true.
But Instagram's more so for my friends and for my social media platform, for me to grow my personality and, you know, different things like that. And same thing for YouTube and Discord, and, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, I feel like each one kind of has its own purpose, but that goes into like the aspect of like I was talking to someone the other day, and they were talking about like tools, like life, and how we have so many different tools, like drugs can be a tool, you know, technology, the computers, they're tools, or cell phones are tools, you know, but some people just treat them like they're a little bit more than a tool, you know. We got to check ourselves sometimes and remind ourselves that these electronics and things that we're using are tools, and they aren't the jurisdiction of our life and everything like that. We don't, you know, we decide what apps we're going to open, we decide what we're going to post, we decide what we're going to read, we decide you know, if we get mad or not that day at social media, if we use it. Like, once you kind of establish that like fucking, I don't know, boundary or whatever, it kind of gets to it. But then it kind of gets hard, because now they're playing into the aspect of like you were saying, or trying to wrap it back into what you were saying, with the media, or not with the media, but like monetization, and like they're trying to buy your time. They show you ads and catchy jingles and things, and they like find algorithms to like keep you scrolling longer, because the longer you use their app, the more money they get, and kind of, you know, so it's like promoting like not necessarily like addiction, but like it's promoting like
like overuse.
Yeah, overuse almost, and it's up to us to find like our own self-awareness about it and like make sure that we're good. I always thought it was weird that commercials were allowed to exist on public television. I thought it was strange that why is that an ad space? Why do people have their like need the right to see this? Or I don't know. I never understood it. I mean, sure, I guess.
Well, it provides for the station itself.
Sometimes, yeah. Or yeah, true.
I think that's where they get most of their.
But it's just weird. It's like I don't know. You look at all those like cyberpunk-esque like if you like diesel punk, cyberpunk, like capitalistic future, like sci-fi storylines of like these capitalist cities like taking the wrong turn, and they're filled with crime and grime and just the villain, it's villainous, right? Like the ideals and stuff like that. And you like look at all these like kind of artworks of like people zombified, like looking at TVs or anything like that, like later I don't know, like in the cyberpunk world, or like they're like I don't know, they're tech I don't it's becoming more and more of a reality. Like I was thinking about it the other day, like robots, the animated movie where they're like flying through the air and shit in the little ball and they're on the highway.
Oh god, that was a height.
That movie it has Robin Williams and someone else. I love that movie, and it's so good. It's so good. If you haven't seen it recently, you have to watch it.
Everyone go see Robots.
Yeah, go see Robots.
Avatar, that's not the movie you want to go watch. You need to go see Robots.
But
just stay home, watch Robots.
I just thought it was funny because I remember looking at that movie and like looking at the highways and like looking at all those balls and people swerving through the highways, and I'm like, holy shit, like that's so chaotic. That would never fly in today's society. Like that would never fly in reality, and like sure, in like some parts it was like ridiculous. They would like load a ball up and like a catapult and launch it across the thing. But like whenever they're in the half pipe thing and they're just driving around, but whenever you're in the half pipe thing and they're all rolling around against each other, bro, like. We got that shit basically. Like, look at look at the Florida turnpike system. There's like bridges going over, roads going over, under roads with a road on the ground with 3 bridges stacked on top of each other, all going different directions. One's going north, one's going south, one's going south, southeast, one's going southeast, one's going east. It keeps going, and I was like, we're living in the future. It's getting crazy. I don't know what's happening. Like. Just the amount of infrastructure within the last few years is insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool.
I don't know. At least in Orlando. Sorry, but at least in Orlando, I don't know what that was. I choked on spit.
No, you're okay. I definitely see it. But listen, I think we've got some untapped potential here with that.
I know we gotta go back into
consider,
it, bro.
I don't know. Listen, it'd probably be a really rough ride, regardless of how you spin it. It would be a rough ride to get catapulted from point A to point B. But listen, some people are looking for cheap and easy.
Cheap and easy. Look how many people fly econ.
And listen, people. You can't talk about it's dangerous, whatnot. People still fly Spirit economy. And so
get dragged out of your seat and mollywopped in the middle of the floor as passengers record and scream at you, bro.
If you make it to your destination,
are you gonna fly Spirit or are you gonna take the catapult, bro? Because
if you're not taking the catapult, you're square. You've got to figure it out.
Oh my god. It's funny. Jeez. But yeah, no, man. I mean, I don't know. We're just getting closer. We're hitting the future. We're getting there. People are like able to make a life, a living, like at home. They don't even have to leave their house to get groceries or food. I don't know if humans were meant to do that. I don't think humans were meant to be at the state at which we are, but this is where we are, so I guess we're going to have to adapt.
Hunter-gatherers go crazy.
Yeah, hunter-gatherers go crazy from the lack of hunting and gathering.
They've all ran off into the western mountains at this point.
Jesus. Oh my god.
But, speaking of speaking of something like that, the thought of getting like a van or some kind of off-road vehicle to make into like a small camper or put like an attachment on it of some kind to give it like a tent or something so that you can just go wherever and then camp right then and there. Like, the concept of that, I've been salivating over things today, and today on the way home I saw this. I'm not super big on like Jeep Wranglers, but it was like a lifted Jeep Wrangler with like every bit of like, you know, the gas jerry cans, the roof rack, whatnot. Dude, he had a overland trailer that had big old tires on it, but it was only big enough. It didn't even go over the roof line of the Jeep. All it was big enough was for just a bed straight in the middle and then some storage on top, and that was it. And I thought that was actually really cool.
It's just a bed on
Dude,
a trailer.
But
just a bed and a little bit of storage.
Yeah, but that's basically what these things
cool,
are.
yeah.
It's like you have an off-road vehicle, and like quote unquote real off-roaders like roast these guys.
We call it a British
down.
Caravan. That's
yeah.
what.
Yeah, but the concept of it is really cool. My grandfather, I think he's planning on eventually selling the business within the next few years.
Yeah.
And with that go the work vans. And there's one work van. It's like a Ford van. It's only got like 75,000 miles on this thing, and
Yo, cop it. Let's go on a road trip. Can we please? can we rip it out and then can we put some bunk beds in the work van and go on a road trip, Josh? Can we take the mother-in-law suite on the road?
The suite on the road. That would be amazing.
Can we drive up to Colorado? We'll drive to Seattle. Go visit my sister in Seattle, bro. That'd be insane. Get the bunk beds. Get a bunk bed installed in the work van, bro, and just start going. Holy shit.
But that's like kind of the thought I'm having. Like, it would be great if it was all-wheel drive or if it had four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
But it's just rear-wheel drive. But it's a low miles like van that you can just drive anywhere. Like, it's got so much life left in it. It's a work van that did not a lot of work in its life.
Jeez,
so,
man.
But the concept of doing that. But you can tie that into the thought of like working from home, right?
Yeah.
Working from home, where is home? You know,
Yeah, it doesn't
wherever
matter.
you have like a laptop and an internet connection. Well, you know, 5G's pretty much almost everywhere. And then, I mean, if you really are out in the middle of nowhere, which I know for certain there's not good reception out in the middle of nowhere. There's still places you can kind of find a good connection.
I think
like,
it's going to get to the point to where, like, sorry to interrupt, but like,
No,
I
good.
just had a funny thought about like people like working, right? Like you said, working from home. Who 5G's everywhere. So I was like, I envision this guy, and he's just like, he's just going along his way. I just blatantly interrupted you. What were you saying?
No,
I'm sorry.
You're okay. Dang, where
I don't
was
know. I just had such a vivid imagination, like such a vivid like
you had a
like
spark,
picture,
you had a
and
mental
then it
spark.
went away. It just left. Oh yeah, no. Jobs are going to be so like residual or not residual, like so like
remote.
Remote, and people are just not going to want to do work that is going to be like, can you please just like answer this one question, just 30 seconds, and we'll pay you like $100. Like at some point down the line, it's going to be like, please, just do this work, because nobody's going to be wanting to do anything.
Yeah.
if if it goes down that capitalistic, futuristic, cyberpunk societal prediction that a lot of people are thinking, I don't think it'll necessarily go down there. I think it's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible it might get a little intense.
I'm not entirely sure,
but
I'm not sure what the future
that's the
holds.
political scene of the future. We never know. You never know.
You never know. That's what's scary. You never know.
You never really know. Did you ever watch the This Place Rocks with Andrew Callahan, or This Place Rules? Or do you know Andrew Callahan? Well, either way, that guy like caught some charges, and I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping up with it, but he got some like I don't know if it was sexual assault or
Oh damn!
what.
Who is this?
Andrew Callahan, you know, All Gas No Brakes. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, Channel 5.
Yeah, a little bit.
That guy, the journalist, dude. Yeah, he. I don't know. Some shit happened. Some shit went down. But what we
That's
taking
so weird.
We taking a little dab break.
Is that allowed?
It is allowed.
Oh, thank God.
Taking a little. What is this? What strain is this?
Zingo.
Zingo?
No.
What, that's the name of this strain, Zingo.
No, I think
Bro, if
it's-
we ever,
For the purpose
have our own grow, we gotta. That's so funny.
Okay, so this is for the purpose of confidentiality.
Yeah.
This is we're puffing on straight chronic Zingo.
Chronic Zingo.
Chronic
Zingo. Confidentiality. Chronic Zingo. That is.
Yeah, that's totally the name.
We off that chronic right now, bro. I don't know what that means. I feel like that means something else.
I have no idea.
We got I got some apple banana. Yeah, apple banana gelato and Nasty Girl. Nasty Girl is the other one, and I got one more. I can't remember the other one. Caesar.
Are we still making up names, or is this
No.
like legit? Oh,
Those were legit names.
Those are legit names.
Yeah,
So.
Nasty Girl and yeah, apple banana gelato. It's a real name for a weed strain.
See, Zingo would just fit.
Zingo.
Would just fit in. Have some fire.
It sounds like a Death Grips
Death Grips song
lyric
or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't listen to Death Grips. But I don't know. What have you been listening to recently? You've been listening to music? Speaking of Death Grips?
As far as like music, I've hit another stump.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to
You
get
showed me
myself into like something different, and that's kind of why I've ventured into listening to a few different artists. Like I've only made it a little bit through What's So Not. He just released a new album. I've only made it like a few songs in. I listened to it on the way over here. I didn't realize it was out, but that's like still too fresh to really get an idea of. What was I gonna say? It's been a while since I may have totally brought this up last podcast, but Savant is always so good. I think Savant is so good. His he made a Alchemist 2. It was like an album that took his previous works and he rearranged all of this. It was like a 10-year anniversary of this album, and he took all of the songs that were in that album and like spun them to be completely different and match kind of his new sound, but kind of with the old school stuff still there in some way, shape, or form. And it I just thought it was really cool. It was such an interesting album to listen to, especially for somebody who was like like listened to Savant back then too. It was cool. He's a really great producer. But apart from that, I don't know. Not really much. What about you? What have you been listening to?
I mean, a lot of Jizu, Japanese jazz. That's the name of the band, Jizue.
Was that did they make that song that you showed me earlier?
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Quingdao.
Yeah.
Quingdao.
I want to learn how to play it so bad.
Yeah.
It's so it's weird to listen to.
Yeah, hold on. Bro, I could literally sing it. I just gotta. He's just hold on. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not gonna attempt that shit. I'm done. Yeah.
No, it's hard. It's hard on the spot.
Well, the beginning. Well, the beginning of the song, or the beginning of the song, doesn't start out like the syncopated rhythm. It starts out with those like boom, wah, 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 and then it goes don't go. Yeah, that shit goes. It's just syncopated fever dream. Syncopated fever dream.
Syncopated fever dream. I like
this song's
the
good.
wording for it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I've been listening to that. Cohen Sound has been kind of on repeat. I'm gonna be honest. I put on listen like recently, or not recently, Made for Me, Discover Weekly. I'm gonna try to start listening to that again. On Spotify. I haven't been listening to too much music because I've been focusing a lot on my on reading and different things. So
yeah,
but I don't know.
The Discover Weekly page has been my like it's helped break up that block and what I'm listening to for a while.
Yeah.
It's pretty good to look back on sometimes.
Well. Either way, Star Citizen. We'll talk on Star Citizen a little bit before we end this. At 3.18, supposed to be out. It was supposed to be out by now. It was supposed to be out before it was supposed to be out.
Yeah.
Now, but I don't know.
It's it'll be out eventually.
Yeah.
You just gotta wait. You just gotta be patient. It so far the update always comes. Good. The update always comes eventually.
Yeah.
And you know we've been holding on for like the better part of a decade now.
Yeah. The update always comes.
It always comes.
It always comes.
Jeez. That's just what I think in my head. Like, don't worry about it. It'll come. It'll come eventually. But I'm really excited for it. I've been watching Ollie 43, I think is his name, on YouTube. Some of his like videos and stuff. And he showcased some of the racing circuits that they're adding in 3.18. And I think they went through and updated the checkpoints to where they look better, but I could be wrong. But that looks so unbelievably good, and the dogfighting like close to the surface, and then being able to put your opponents into like soft death where their ship explodes. You win the fight. The ship is dead, but it's still there. It still had velocity. It's burning. It's a burning husk where the pilot could still be in there and could still make some kind of escape somehow. I don't know. Probably not in the current patch, but
bro, maybe if you got a dragonfly in the rear hangar. Or some
yeah, you
shit.
just eject your dragonfly while your ship's exploding. The hangar door. And the hangar has a massive hole in it.
I can just envision one of those handheld shots in cinema. You know, like whenever they're like zooming in on like in a sci-fi movie, there's like a falling ship, and they're like, "Look, they're escaping!" And it zooms in. It's like the binoculars, and they can see it handheld, the ship flying out of the dock.
Yeah, they're like, "Whoa, get this on camera! Get this
guy! Get this guy!" Yeah, I know. So that I don't know, man. That shit. I'm excited. I'm excited for 3.18 and Star Citizen. It's gonna be pretty good.
That game is such a mess, but it it makes me feel nice in the best ways for video games. Like, and it's the game that I've spent arguably the most on.
Yeah.
It's been the one that I come back to and I see significant progress, or at least like notable changes in quality of life and the gameplay itself, and it makes me feel happy.
It's neat. It's really cool.
So
a lot of
cool.
people don't like it because they want a complete game. And when you buy Star Citizen, if any of you are influenced to buy this game, it is not a complete game right now. It's not going to be a complete game for a while.
But it's gotten so much closer.
But it gets good. But that's the thing.
Is close.
But that's the thing is Star Citizen right now is a development process that you get to be a part of, and that means you get to see the progress made real time,
and have say in it too.
Yeah, you do get to have say in it, and they listen to people too. Live Q&As weekly.
It's the most. I think it's the most crowdfunded game.
It is.
Period.
It
ever,
is.
And it's blown it out every single year. They've got like over the last few years, they've beaten the previous year's like funding, by like 15-20% almost, which is astronomical because you're speaking millions at this point, you know.
Yeah.
And all of the, I mean, there's a lot of people who will look at that and say it's a scam, it's whatnot. Well, currently, if you go into this, you can get a starter package for like $40.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they'll have discount ones. They'll drop even lower or whatnot. But I think the lowest you can get is a ship and an entry point is like $45 without any discounts, and you can pretty easily get whatever ship you want after that. Just earn it in game. Like it's everything now, as far as a career base and everything in the game is totally doable. Like, I mean, pirating is one thing. It's kind of one-sided. Hauling has awesome like opportunities now. Salvage is really dope. Like racing now has actual missions for races where you have to beat times and you'll make money from that. That's an actual thing in 3.18, and like the bounties are cool, the cave missions are cool, the exploring is cool. Like you go on and you do what you want to do. Like, yeah,
it's really neat. It's a game that literally like you get to decide what you're doing. Like the game doesn't tell you what to do. Like you see if you can do it. Like
and it being like seamless and gorgeous the whole time. And like I've always had this attraction to sci-fi games, with Halo being my favorite game of all time, or game franchise. And it's just it gets that aesthetic in the perfect time period. It's like, it's so neat. It's like not too future to where it doesn't like doesn't make me doesn't make it feel human, but it's just future enough to like get all like the badass elements of like sci-fi and Star Wars and dogfighting and space and ships and like.
Have you seen the aliens yet? Like, have you seen models?
Yeah, and they're crazy.
They look really
dude,
cool. And the ship designs that they have for the alien ships, and
the scale is going to be massive. Have you seen this? It's a side-by-side comparison of like the Vanduul like King ship, next to like the biggest ship in the UE, which is something that I don't think we've seen yet. I think
it's the Idris right now.
No, I mean the biggest ship in the UEE lore-wise. That will be out when the game is completely finished. And it is considerably bigger. Is way bigger. And that big ship is I need to pull up the chart or something, but it's so
I think I saw it on Reddit. I think I know exactly what chart you're talking about.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's huge. And just the scale of all of it, like when you got a loaner for the Carrack is not a massive ship.
The Carrack is a big ship comparative to like starter ships, but in reality of what the ship is, the Carrack's like it's just it's like I don't know. It's nothing crazy. It's just
Yeah.
it's just a ship. Like it's just a big cargo ship. Like it's not even that.
You wouldn't
I don't
consider
know.
it like a capital class ship.
No.
But the capital class ships are massive. Like some of them are just colossal, and it's so cool to see the scale of it all, and see it all work. Like
Some of the colossal size ships are what'd you say? What size? What ship? Or what's the size? Or you said
the Vandal King ship.
no.
or
You
the-
said it's like it's a.
The largest ship in the UEE.
No, it's the classification for those kind
Oh,
of capital ships.
Capital
Sorry.
ships.
Um,
Sorry.
Capital ships are damn near the size of stations.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Some of them, they're really big.
At least an arm of a station. Some of them are.
Yeah, because we've seen I think the Javelin in game,
Yes.
and
It is like the length of one of the arms around Everest Harbor. It's ridiculous.
chunky. It's a
huge.
big ass ship.
Have you been inside it?
No.
I've been inside it. It's nasty.
Is it?
I think so. If it's the one that I'm thinking, have I been inside it?
Well, it's a warship.
I don't know if I've been inside. Yeah, I have been inside of it. It was gross. It is nasty. The same thing with the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer's gross.
Is the Reclaimer the one with the big
The arm.
the big claw thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that one they took inspiration a lot from the Alien franchise of
Yeah.
so I think with that ship, and it's spooky.
It's cool.
It's
but
cool,
it's just
but
you go in there and you look at the showers. It's just nasty. It's like
It's
there's
not a
mold
comfortable
and there's
ship.
poop and it's nasty. I don't know, but either way, well, Josh, thank you for chatting with me, bro.
no problem.
Is there anything else that you'd like to mention or chat about while we have the last few minutes? The floor is yours. If there's a topic you were interested in speaking on, maybe there's a message or a funny phrase you'd like to say. I don't know. It's up to you.
Man, I'm bad on the spot. I don't even know. Be nice to bees. That's it.
Be nice to bees.
That's all I've got to say. Be
That's-
nice to bees.
There you go. There you have it. Be nice to bees, ladies and gents.
Get out of here.
Yeah, adios. Au revoir.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
I don't want to see y'all.
Idianahue.
Get out of my channel.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Goodbye.